Things that are actually good but are a victim
何がいかれただ。
捕まえたければあなたがどうぞ。私はごめんです。
says it sucks.
こんなに健全な方を捕まえて。
Phoenix Splash TV. Now, what's the greatest ninja game on the NES? Is it Strider? No, wrong. Is it Ninja Kun? No, wrong. Oh, duh. The answer is obvious. Ninja Gaiden has to be one of the... I got it wrong again? I give up. There's just so many ninja games on the NES, and many of them are pretty good. But the one most people remember is Ninja Gaiden, so what could top it? Oh hell yeah! Hands down, the greatest ninja game ever to be created on the NES is Ninja Crusaders. That's right. The greatest ninjas are secretive and discreet, so of course you haven't heard of the game. The game itself is a ninja, but wait a minute. People hate it? People are complaining that it's hard?
こんなに健全な方を捕まえて。
捕まえたければあなたがどうぞ。私はごめんです。
What the fuck? Uh-oh. What do we have here? Sound familiar? That's right, Ninja Crusaders is a victim of the hate train, just like Mario the movie and Final Fight 1 on the Game Boy Advance. Things that are actually good but are a victim to the following. A reviewer says it sucks, and then the next reviewer says it sucks, and then the next one. If enough people say one thing, then eventually a lot of people are going to believe it. But let's talk about the game for a minute before we attack those idiot reviewers. Now, I'm not going to go all analyzer on the story because there's really not much to the game. It's NES after all. You're a red ninja named Blade, who upon picking up different weapons, can turn into different animals. The more useful animal, the less useful the weapon. For instance, the ninja star has a tiger, who is fast and can jump really high, but needs to get right next to the opponent to kill them. The Karasigami, or this thing, can turn into the scorpion, which is slow on land but can swim. Also, he's the animal to pick for many of the boss battles. The short range stick can turn you into a bird and you can fly above and past the stage. Finally, the sword, which in itself kills bosses with one hit, and can turn into the Invincible Dragon. The dragon can shoot flames and cannot be killed, but once he's transformed, you lose the sword. Now that's pretty damn creative for a platforming game. Now even with that alone, it'd be pretty damn good. The strategies are endless, and just about everyone I talk to who knows the game, which is a few people, has completely different ways of beating it. But then the game does something that puts it over all the other NES Ninja games. 2-player fucking co-op. So on top of all of that, you have 2-player co-op. Enter Talon.
残念だがね。
Hello, Talon.
だが計画は変えられない。
So now you get one guy to get the sword and the other guy to protect the ninja with the sword, and it gets crazy. One hit deaths? So what? Get over it, crybabies. You got plenty of lives, and on co-op, you respawn exactly where you leave off. Forget cowboys and aliens, ninjas work so much better. The stages are creative, and yes, the game is challenging, but it's not ridiculously difficult. I've played much harder NES games that are considered to be great. The music is great, and man, I could really keep going. So why didn't it get sequels? Why didn't it get praised?
何がいかれただ。
捕まえたければあなたがどうぞ。私はごめんです。
Well, if you're one of the few people who actually are fans of this game, you might notice something with the online reviews. The reviewer doesn't really play the game, which is sad because it doesn't even take that long to explain the game in depth. Let's look at somethingawful.com and have a bit of a laugh. I quote, "Only the tiger's increased speed and jumping power is actually useful." What? The reviewer doesn't even mention the other animals. Did he not get the other weapons? Now you start with the shuriken or the ninja star and automatically turn into the tiger, but I guess he just didn't get the other weapons. Now my go-to animal is the scorpion, who can swim and has a low hitbox. but my brother uses the bird. Even on boss battles, the stick actually has more hit power because of its close range. Sounds pretty useful to me. The only time I use the tiger is when fighting the UFO. Here's another quote. The command for transformation is so stupid because it's impossible to discover the ninja animals on your own. I discovered it when I was about 5 years old. That's like saying Mega Man's charge shot or the slide is too hidden. It's the same damn command. Another thing reviewers narc on is the difficulty, which I will admit the one-player mode can get extremely difficult, but even then you get infinite continues. Like I said, there are plenty of difficult NES games, and it's not like Ninja Crusaders has sporadic difficulty, the game gradually gets difficult. Once you call in backup, the game gets actually a bit easy. Now, why all the hate for this game? 3 words. Angry video game nerd. Nowadays, you read a review of an NES game and you often hear the same diction and dull impersonations. While impersonation is okay, I mean, Aaron Strange often quotes the angry video game nerd, but he makes it entertaining in his own twist. But when you don't play the game, then it becomes a problem. Now, I get it, angry reviews are sometimes entertaining, but just don't lie. Don't lie, man. Now, I'll admit I have a connection with this game. As a kid, I always thought that Ninja Crusaders was the best game that we had. My brothers would often agree with it too, and we had Super Mario Bros. 3, and some of the Mega Mans. It was one of the few platforming NES games that had 2 players, and you have to give it props for doing that. It wasn't that take turns bullshit that you see in Mario. No one wants to do that. Mega Man and Castlevania also never accomplished that within all of their sequels. It's a shame that there's just one Ninja Crusaders game. But all hope is not lost. Maybe we'll see Blade and Talon in an upcoming Guilty Gear or Sonic game. Or maybe they'll team up on Ryo Hazuki and take his virginity.
ところが奴らは僕を恐れなかった。
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, Talon.
本当にラグビーをやめてしまわれるんですか？
No, get back.
ガスボールはしまってあります。
構えたければあなたがどうぞ。私はごめんです。
Like a light show sparking at the end of the war, like the sun shining from the sky to the core. An orange light shines the night sky to the gray, while we think about the places we